Sir Hanush,
You do?
young lord...
If he's got some impoverished noble's daughter pregnant, I'll have his hide. I'm not going to support...
You misunderstood my meaning. I mean,
You arranged a marriage for...
with the niece of Sir...
But... Godwin, you conniving old bastard.
Oh, fuck.
I don't believe it. So, young
Niece.
if you're serious, I'll make sure that you get the Rattay parish.
Or you could make me the abbot of Sasa.
Forget it. It's not a word to Hans. I want to tell him myself.
Cheers!
Cheers to you.
Sir Bochek, your niece Yivka.
So Hanush,
Indeed.
then I will fulfill my end.
Thank you.
Enough formality. We'll...
Cheers to the beautiful Lady Yivka.
Here's to a...
I'm still hoping it works out and we walk out of here with a clear plan. But
Gentlemen,
is this supposed to be your secret?
Like I said, tell me, Godwin,
I bring nothing from the House of Odoran. But the...
Oh.
This...
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord. But we will wait with an army at our backs.
And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the Balbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians, our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslaus, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere, point them to the Jewish quarter, and give them free rein to do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wencesla's side. They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see, all you have to do is make sure the city rebel get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylenders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants. Chicken shits. Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
And drunks! Give them hell! Lazy fools, the lot of them.
How dare you?
Some of you are even swelling right here in the city council meeting. This is unbelievable.
Remove this swill pot from the hall immediately.
I'm telling the truth. This whole council is a farce. The whole city knows it.
Lord of Sargitz, your insolence just cost you your place on the council, and a month in the dungeon.
But...
Hopefully that'll be enough for him to sober up. And if not...
I'll see to it as soon as...
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses. I therefore place the city council under the authority of Sir... He will make sure...
But, sire, that would...
Silence! You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, you have 2 weeks to restore order, and I want clear result. And you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You, don't be so kind and remain here. And we still wish to speak with our...
Yes.
Between the two of us, Marquardt, was I not perhaps too harsh on them? And speak candidly. We have had enough of false flattery.
Where are you going, sire? Mind your own business.
Rightfully so. These councillors, they need to be shown their place. You You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the king's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks have it. We have concerns. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries? They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslas' reign brought to us. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anywhere. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace at least among themselves. Jobst does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities, and get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair. For God's sake, what is this? Guards, throw this fool out.
What kind of a donkey have they sent? Are you only deaf, or... I've never been so ashamed in my life. Get out.
Between the two of us, Mudward, was I not perhaps too harsh on them? Let's be candid. We have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you are harsh. Rightfully so. These counselors, they need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the king's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have concerns. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries? They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslaus' reign brought to us. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sir.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anyway. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace at least among themselves. Jobs does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities, and get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp's nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good here. To your health, Marquardt. And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in a land ruled by a good king. You did a good job, waiter. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, your majesty.
First, we need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the consul was meeting, Otto von Berghoff and his men set out for Raposh. Odorin won't give you any more trouble.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Odorin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosh will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine, boy.
No, we shall have white. We have had enough of red.
White it is. Quickly! If Raposh falls, others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
If need be, we could use it to raise this town hall too. And I have some suggestions for other candidates.
Not so fast, my friend. It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
To bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
You are right. So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
To victory, sire.
To today's, and those of the future.
in. You hear that Lord Constant's niece is marrying the young Lord of Perkstein?
How'd you like a wine?
The art of winemaking. Recipe. I'm in the...
No one's for...
In... to... Give me 100 knives.
You're right.
Must be hidden in her queue. Parish priest has quite a view. Sweating at the altar. Nearly drops his psalter. Alleluia, Domine. Alleluia, Domine.
I'd say... Kind maybe once.
See, early... Well,
His I had left. You can... I don't...
They got by without us so far. They'll be fine. We wouldn't be much use. Back at your right.
Ordering maybe an old pinch purse.
Where are we supposed to keep what?
About the girls? Or the piglets? Give me 100 knights in faggot
Not a bad one.
And who comes rolling
I
by?
don't know.
A
Look,
word,
considering
if you
how
will.
much Martin
Yes.
bragged.
First, you ridicule me in front of Alder.
I should have known you'd turn your servants into... And I intend to get even more... A distinguished...
I'll see about that. And just look at him.
Stand straight, Martin.
Having a good time?
He's a fucking bore.
Well, what are you missing? Don't you...
Aye, I forgot. Oh, leave it out. Well, they wouldn't have to force me.
May her marriage to Lord Capon bring her happiness.
They're young. They'll have plenty of time to cultivate that happiness.
Well, the groom isn't looking too happy at the moment.
How come you're still here, sir? Weren't you supposed to travel with...
All hail Jobst. He sorted out things here nice, but I'm too old and nothing. It's...
I'd bet my...
What?
Deal with him yourself, though.
Have you ever thought about getting married again? It would make a lot of things easier for you.
And how should I interpret this question?
In the simplest terms, I'm offering you a business deal, without any ulterior motives. I am far too old for some sentimental courtship.
You're amusing. But you know my answer. I appreciate your friendship, but I'd rather run my own.
God be with you, my friend. Just mispronounce the name.
You have run out when you started retching.
Sorry,
From cleaning up this...
I've...
Do you play...
You mean...
You strip if you like. Either way.
All right.
I'm curious to see you play.
That'll work. Your turn. Well, you're not afraid of anything.
Why would he do that? If he was so brave as to run away from the first army that crossed his path.
Let it be now. I want to play too, you know.
I need help. I mean the ones with the...
And you're one of...
I should say so.
And anyway, I don't know nothing about no wine. Try asking...
And I was telling you,
The red'll be good, I hope.
Now there's a piece of horseflesh for you, Rootheart. Not like that nag of yours.
What the hell do you beat it with? It looks more like a damn bull.
Sir! Sir! There's some horsemen right out front of the fortress.
Ah, that's Peter of Pisac. Wouldn't come to the council, but he is coming happily to the celebration, you old fox.
Come on in, sir. There's wine aplenty.
Hey! Hey! Intruders! Enemies at the gates!
Seize the nobles! Kill the rest!
Show you. Jesus! The surrounding crystal can't make it on his own. I'll be done with you in a flash. Show what you're made of. Let him have it.
Hey! That one's at it!
You'll be fucking sorry.
Get him! One step back! Stand your ground! What are those fancy moves, for fuck's sake?
You got it!
Fuck with that! I can still...
Jesus! The surrounding Christopher! He can't make it on his own! Fucking horse!
Slice him up!
You nearly knocked his block off!
Forget me! Show what you're made of!
You nearly knocked his block off! I'm going to finish you! Help me! One step back! Shit!
The surrounding Christopher! He can't make it on his own!
Done for! But he's still standing!
Bad luck.
Kill him!
One step back! Stand your ground!
He knows how to sword fight. Will, back your... I'll slice you up!
Drive those horses out!
Get another!
No. I shouldn't leave now. Quick! Go!
Whoa! Whoa!
I'm gonna finish.
Smash his face in!
Send my greetings to the devil.
He knows
You can hardly stand.
He's done here, Horson. That was a close shave.
A little too close. Fuck me. Did my eyes deceive me? Henry!
Godwin!
How did you get...
Damn. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you. You turned up at just the right moment.
Is everyone alright?
Well, some are, some aren't.
They captured Odorin, Kunstad and Rutard. And they took Alder and Conrad of Vector away too.
They wanted to slay the rest like dogs.
What about my father? And Hanush?
They left with Yobs long before that. I'm sure they're all right, but not everyone was so lucky.
What happened, Godwin? Who died?
Anna of Waldstein.
She was simply in the wrong place at the wrong...
And they almost killed my brother. But only almost. Good work.
You have a brother?
He's upstairs in the hall. He's a...
Old grievances aside, Odorin...
Oh, they all have their quirks. Cousin Botchek's a money-grabbing magpie. But I wouldn't give up on the fucker either. We'll have to wait for the other side's move anyway. We don't even know where von Berghout took them.
Where did they...
They've got...
So we have a...
What?
Peace.
I tried to...
You knew he would...
I was standing a few steps from von Aulitz when he told Sigismund I was pouring them wine, and had to listen to how Sigismund was going to give him Raborsch. It was a horrible feeling. Not being able to do anything about it.
And what could you possibly do?
Kill them. Both of them.
My fingers would itch too, or at least stop. Do you know what that...
I'd die before I could turn around. But at least I'd die with a clear conscience.
And hundreds of innocents would die after...
Do you like watching those foreigner dogs rampaging around? Who else has to die before...
Tell us about it.
Well, not...
Fuck you, Jan.
We've lost a lot of allies.
Well, are you surprised? Look...
You want to give up?
Nobody said... We'll treat them... Then we'll hide in the Devil's Den.
If I survive the journey.
And...
You've done enough.
And I'm sure Liechtenstein can't wait.
The king announced one more thing at the count, that is...
Fuck! Liechtenstein's...
The city rabbi is sitting upstairs in the hall.
They're our allies.
What do you mean by we? Everyone here is lucky to be still breathing. Maybe Samuel will figure something out.
He's here to...
Aye, escorting the rabbi.
Anyway, we've got...
Give me a... Guard the walls until morning. If anyone shows up, I want to know. I'll be with you.
Leave it alone.
they done that the laws are punishing them like this? God's punishment or not? Leave it alone, the two of you. Now we're in it with them anyway.
Good to see you.
Oh, come on. You know, They could well have... If it hadn't been for you, Henry...
Von Aulitz surprised even Sigismund with that.
Well, they killed Lady Anna of Volstein, and many other And they captured... Without them, we can hardly get the burghers on our side.
We'll figure out...
But how? Get a grip. You're right. Nevertheless...
Actually, at Sigismund's council, and all...
Gods, we need to get back to... I'm going with you. Out of the question. You'll be more useful if you stay here and help Shishka. Henry, tell Samuel and the rabbi to get ready to travel. I'll try to get someone else to join.
What will happen to his lordship now? And to us?
We have to take care of young Sir Christopher, and hope his father comes back soon.
Yes. The best thing we can do is to keep doing our work.
What if the old lord doesn't come back?
Then we'll have to go.
Did I not tell you we should not come here?
You did.
Sam, I need to have a word with you.
Uh-huh. That makes two of us.
Just tell.
What did you talk?
We talked about your...
Why?
It's true. I did not. Remember how I stared at your sword when we first met? Well, the thing is...
What?
Yes. His...
Are you sure? We look the same age.
When I was born, he was all... nothing. Proof, perhaps, that both your god and mine have a sense of humor. You know, all my life, I thought if I did not give a shit about that man, it would... Now that I know I will never see him, it troubles me that
I can tell you about him if you want. This is not the end. Sigismund ordered confiscation of the property of people in the Jewish...
The king has a...
He's no king to me. He's a fucking whore.
What's a gezerah?
That is hard.
Nonsense. Christians set out to kill our people. Innocent and often defenseless. And all that with a...
This is what we were afraid of. Will you come?
I'll come.
Very well.
I'll be back.
Hurry up. Did I not tell you we should...
You did. But I still exist.
Young Sir Christopher came out of it badly.
But he'll live, right?
He should. He was covered in blood, but most of it probably...
And it was an honor to stand by your side.
I'm glad you did.
Even though that old bastard was hardly worth it.
Don't say that.
But if you got yourself killed, it wouldn't have helped him.
Preaching again. I'd be... a priest.
Lord of ruins. I'll leave that out. At least you survived. Do you think you can make it to Sukhdol?
I hope so.
All right. And Peter of Pisek is our ally.
Would be left without a law.
No one knows where they took Oderin. The others... Young Sir Christopher came out of it.
We can go.
Thank God you're all right. On the way here, I saw Sigismund
Kubienka?
Well, I heard you were having... And I see, instead of that...
Well, the real massacre is yet to come if we don't do something. Can we borrow the wagon you want?
But of course. I borrowed it.
Could you stop blabbering already?
Easy, Ingele. And you, sir.
All right.
I'll explain to you on the way.
Are you coming?
Of course.
Let's go then.
Boy.
Perish. Can we go any faster?
Settle down, son. If you must keep your tongue busy, then use it to pray.
Would you tell me what the fuck is going on already?
Sigismund ordered an attack on the Jewish quarter. We need to get everyone out of there fast.
Bloody hell. I just got ailed up so nicely today.
Oh, that is just great. My mother's life is in the hands of a drunkard.
Don't worry. We'll save your mother.
And everyone else too. Don't forget that.
You seem to care an awful lot about these people, sir.
Are you surprised? It's all my fault. If they weren't helping me...
That droid of Sigismund, may his name be erased, would have found some other excuse to get rid of us.
Look, it's not that I don't feel sorry for you, but don't you think maybe we could make the horses go a little faster? At this pace, we won't make it there in a week.
We really should pick up the pace.
All right. Schnell! Schnell!
What's the matter? Why are we...
We will walk from here.
But...
We will...
There are many abandoned mine shafts under the...
Won't it collapse on our...
We'll find... Follow me.
What a blessing it is to have found the passageway.
I would be happier.
We all would, lad. But it has been decided as punishment for our many sins.
should split up here. Me and the rabbi will go this way to the shul. We have to take the Torah and warn everyone.
What about us?
You keep going straight ahead and then to the left. You'll get right to the King Solomon Tavern. Gather up all the secret documents and wait for us.
Shouldn't someone come with you, just in case? How about Kubyenka here? Henry and I can handle it.
Well, if you insist.
Was that all the contempt you could muster up?
Well, good luck. We'll see you up there.
Follow me. Hopefully we'll find it quickly. I left a stack of my papers in the tavern. And if they fall into Sigismund's hands, people in other towns will die too.
How can a few pieces of parchment be that important? And what do they contain, anyway?
Nothing very pleasant for the most part. Who hates who? Who could be blackmailed with what? Who's hiding where and why? In short, nothing I can afford to lose. Hopefully everything will be all right at the tavern. My stash is locked away, and Samuel's friends are guarding the place. Who knows what the situation is like in the streets now?
Are you afraid?
Me? Do you have any idea how many times I've had to run from a burning town or deal with a hired assassin?
More than once, I reckon.
A lot more.